Welcome, welcome. We are so excited. It has been a great week talking about the hashtag cup of tea. All of us that are tagged in this video, if you haven't seen our stories, you need to go to Facebook and Instagram stories and check us out because we've been doing some awesome stuff. So this week, and we're revealing our awesome quote for the week by Bernard Paul Hero. And the quote says, "There is no trouble so great or grave that cannot much be diminished by a nice cup of tea." So I am excited to share with all of you, my friends here who've been doing stories together. And I'm going to call on my friend Noelle, who's going to go first tonight. Welcome, Noelle. I love her beautiful stories. They are amazing.
Oh, well, thank you, Nicole. I love all the stories. Everybody has their own particular flair. So, first of all, I grew up with tea because I had grandparents who were from a commonwealth of the Queen of England. And so I recall them drinking tea and I would drink it with them. So that evoked that. But one of my favorite pictures I chose was just a hand holding just a simple cup of tea. And that just, what if everything was in that cup? Everything you needed, every bit of calm, taking that deep breath, and I think tea slows us down. Tea can be caffeinated, but coffee, is more of an energizing drink or something you have maybe after dinner. But tea is something that you relax with, and it's got the steam and the aroma and the warmth if you're drinking hot tea. So it just gives you that chance to, again, sit back, step back, take a break, rest. Maybe you share tea with a friend, so it's, a communal thing. And we certainly would have that after yoga. So tea just does, it evokes a lot of the senses and a lot of memories, and it is something that can be something of a cure-all. So thank you for picking that quote. I really liked it.
Oh, thank you so much. And I really love what you said. Just being able to slow down and decompress for a little while and relax with that cup of tea. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Noelle. Wes Legg, you are next, my friend, and he has done some incredible stuff with mindset. His quotes this week, amazing. Great job, Wes.
Yeah, I am all about the mindset, right? Because I am a life coach, have my own program, and I deal primarily with emotions and how to control things. And, this kind of fits right into that because most people are affected by everything in their outside world and their own environment, right? And we can get caught up in that and let our emotions and things rule things. But the nice thing and what he's trying to say here, and the way I take it, of course, looking through my rosy red glasses, right, is there is no trouble, so great or grave that cannot be diminished by a nice cup of tea. Or how about a nice moment of reflection to realize what's important and who's actually running the show here. I mean, who's actually in control of this brain and this body. So that's how I look at the cup of tea. Maybe that's a little twisted, but who said I wasn't twisted to begin with?
Thank you so much, Wes. Again, if you're not following Wes, guys, you're going to want to take a look at not only his stories, but his page. He's awesome. He's always given some great light and light to the internet world. So thanks, Wes. I appreciate you. Miss Wanda, thank you so much. I think one of my favorite quotes that you had this week was about worship, and that was just amazing. So thank you for sharing that. Tell us what your inspiration was for the week.
Well, I kind of have a combined, and thank Nicole and everyone for being here. I just love this community of everyone bringing their own thoughts and ideas and the beautiful pictures that everyone has done, which reflects how we can all be different, but kind of have the same trace of line of thought, or however you want to say that, which I kind of tie Wes's in with Nicole's. So your mindset of setting and reflecting, but also having the nice of a cup of tea just makes you stop and think and just take a break. Even if it's just waiting for it to cool off enough and that you warm your hands, it warms your insides, gives you this nice warm fuzzy feeling, and you just sit and reflect. So thank both of y'all for the beginning quote there. We got both ends going, inside and out. mind, head. You go. Thank you, Nicole.
Thanks, Wanda. Just beautiful post this week. All right, Miss Lori, you're up next. I had the pleasure of sharing yours today. Just meant so much to me. So tell us about your week and what inspired you. Thank you so much for being on the call tonight.
Thank you. Well, it seems like each week that we have a quote, it so directly correlates with what's going on in my life. So this was one of the most hectic, crazy weeks of my life. My youngest graduated last night, and so it was like a week of prepping. Yes. Graduate, yay. But we were having a graduation party, and there was a lot to do. And, I took off work, but because I had this quote that I had to look at, concentrate on, be creative, find something, to share with others, it forced me to slow down, do some self-care. I went and, I am like the weirdo. I don't drink coffee, and coffee is like life for people. So, I'm a tea drinker all the way. I'm from the South. So, like sweet tea is, our drink. And, that's how I unwind every day. Every morning I go get my tea. I drink unsweet tea, but, I always have a pitcher of tea in my fridge. My kids, it's like home to them. And so, but this quote reminded me that it's okay. And everything's not going to be perfect. That's fine. But just like slow down. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to fill your cup spiritually, emotionally, everything. And also that my cup runneth over. I'm so blessed. So that was kind of what it meant to me. And thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks for sharing so much of that inspiration this week. Absolutely loved it. And now let's bring on Miss Crazy Cat, who's jumping out of airplanes this last weekend.
For sure. Thank you so much. I love this quote, and what I thought about with the cup of tea is that saying that we used to have, it's just not my cup of tea, when you were trying to say no to something nicely. And I took the opposite of that. I was like, well, what is my cup of tea? And so I posted a lot about my favorite things: petting my kitty cats, jumping out of an airplane, segueing with some of my really good friends in Baltimore, and my grandparents. And it was just like, what do I like? And stopping, actually, when I drove home yesterday to help a little turtle out in the middle of the road, poor little guy, he was going to get squished. So I took a picture of him too. So anyway, so I took it was a week to like highlight some of my favorite things, and I just really enjoyed it. Thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Kat. Can't wait to jump out of a plane with you. All right, Miss Beautiful Denise. And if you don't know her, she has an incredible t-shirt business. And I've just been watching all of your posts this week. My favorite one was of your son, who's in a yoga pose. And the t-shirt that was on there was just epic, epic, epic. Loved it. And you're so talented. And I just loved your inspiration this week, Denise. So share with me what your favorite thing and what was your inspiration for the week.
Oh, well, thank you for all those kind words. Wow. I appreciate that. I don't know. I just, whatever hits me, like him doing the yoga, and I was like, that's his cup of tea. I try it, but that's not my thing, and just like highlighting some of the products that's my cup of tea, or the one sitting on the dock in Cape Charles, Virginia, just peaceful and tranquility, so, and then my last one that I did was sometimes let stuff go, just let it go, just chill and have a cup of tea.
That's right. Just chill, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much. That was awesome. All right. Thanks so much. And we have Kay Schnitzlein next. Kay, you have just wowed me with your whole second week doing this group activity thing we got going on. And I'm just so proud of you. And you just did a beautiful job this week. And there was too many to say which one I like the best. So tell me what your inspiration was.
It's a very chaotic week because I'm this Friday, I'm actually moving. So it's, what I discovered is the thing of your cup is full. You know, they talk about, we'll put the airbag on first. Well, I just thought it's so important that we fill up our cup of ourself first. And then I just, wow, I'm full of gratitude. So like, okay, how do I say gratitude every single day? Well, let me see what the different color of gratitude would be today. So then feelings of bliss and happiness and victorious and counting. It was like, oh, a little bit, oh my, and a second blessing. So yeah, my cup was overflow it this week. I got in the flow of, oh, I have an idea. I posted. It was fun.
Well, you did a beautiful job. Thank you so much, Kate.
Nicole.
I appreciate it. All right, Ms. Beautiful Lenore, who, as I always says, has the most beautiful skin on the internet. Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm
Thanks
doing
for joining me
great,
today.
Nicole. Thank you so much. You are just phenomenal, darling. For me, last week was a really, really, really busy week for me. And I knew that it was going to be busy because I have a couple of gigs that I'm working outside of everything else that I do. So I did a straight 8-day run. So, but I had prepared my mind for it. And so for me, it was like a cup of tea, like one of those days. It was rainy here in Cleveland. So, got a little chill one night, and that thing of not feeling good. So a cup of tea was just really good to relax me. Not only a cup of regular tea, but a cup of that good old detox tea to so that you feel really good and clean, but just to know that I love tea, and tea just gives you that calming feeling regardless to what's going on in and around you. It just kind of grounds you. So, and to realize and think about all of the blessings that was a cup of tea for me. And I like, hey, my cup runneth over, and I'm just so grateful. So there you go. And back to you, Nicole. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lenore. That was wonderful. I just love this community of people who just get it. Like, you all just get how awesome it is to have gratitude and what you're grateful for. So thank you, Lenore. All right, Miss Kiwi, you're next.
Well, hey, and thanks for having me. 3 things for me with the cup of tea, hashtag cup of tea, is 1, like Kat, what are some things I love? What is my cup of tea? So I like to focus on what I want, so I get more of that. Number 2 is about reflecting, which I think Wes talked about reflecting. But with reflecting, I like to reel back and look at what's working, what's not working. What can I do to make this better, and how can I prune? With the cup of tea, I think there's a purging process as well. So we've got to, reel back and look at what's working and what's not. And then number 3 thing for me was gratitude. Just the fact that I can enjoy a cup of tea. I can afford a cup of tea. I can sit in my own home and enjoy a cup of tea. That we have that freedom to do that and not take that for granted. That we're here, because I've been around some people who couldn't afford good tea, and just that blessing of gratitude for what's in our cup and that it's running over. And of course, if we focus on what we want, we get more of that. So staying in the positive. So for me, the quote was, there's no trouble. There's no trouble when you're enjoying a cup of tea and you're able to reflect and have gratitude and count your blessings. So back to you, Nicole.
Amen, Kiwi. Thank you so much. And you're always, you've always got that perspective that really puts it all together. And I really appreciate that about you. And that it does literally overflow to every area of your life. You are who you are online as you are in person, as you are in every other area. And I appreciate that so much about you. Thanks, Coach. All right, so I'm going to bring on Sally next. And I'm going to read my favorite one that you did this week. And this one is about your husband that says, "Thank you for always being there for me. He's my cup of tea." Oh, you had so many beautiful, was it your anniversary this week?
No.
I mean, you would think that she's celebrating their marriage all week, which I just absolutely loved. It was really beautiful. So tell me, what was your inspiration, not only for that one, but for your week?
Well, for my week, tea and cup of tea really means family to me. Growing up, I have so many memories of putting the kettle on the minute I would step into my grandmother's house. There was a lot of ritual around tea. And the same with my mom. Once all the kids would go to bed, I would often go back up to the kitchen and have a nighttime cup of tea with my mom. And my grandmother and my mother aren't with us anymore. And it really got me reflecting on, I have to spend quality time. I want to spend quality time with the people that are most important to me, my cups of tea. So this week I really spent quality time with my husband and both of my kids. So I really went out of my way to make sure that I, showed gratitude and really honored those relationships. And we can get so busy and so distracted in life. So this exercise just kind of it really centered me. And that's what, sitting down and having a quiet cup of tea does. It gives you the opportunity to kind of recenter and just focus on and slow down and take a moment and show gratitude. And coming together with all of you, this is an online family, and all of you are, hashtag my cup of tea. So it was just a wonderful week. I just really love the energy of this group. So thanks for including me.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sally. And if you haven't following Sally, she does incredible graphics and actually offers that as a service, y'all. So if you ever need a little extra help for a fee, Sally will take care of you, and she makes incredible, beautiful things. So make sure you check her out and ask her how she does what she does.
Thank you.
Do it for you. All right. Next we have Joe. And Joe, I just want to give you a shout out, my friend, being in the first couple of weeks of Storycell, and just you have gone way above and beyond what I ever thought you would do in the first couple of weeks. And honestly, they have been so inspiring with your locations and where you've been and how, I'm just super impressed. So great job, Joe. Tell me, what has been your inspiration this last week? Oh, I can't hear you, my friend. Oh, you're not muted. I think it might be, can you plug in headphones or something?
Can you hear me now?
Gotcha.
Okay, great. Okay, sorry.
No worries.
I guess this week, because I just moved down here to Florida in the last couple of months, which is something that I've always was my cup of tea, and I've really been loving it. And I used to come back and forth on vacation and everything, but finally I have a permanent residence here as of March 1st. So the last couple of months have been pretty hectic. So it kind of made me reflect on just kind of stepping back and I really hadn't had a chance to get out that much because of my business is really booming and just a lot of things going on. But I just decided that it kind of forced me to get out. So I said, okay, I got to do some things that for what is my cup of tea. Well, I went to the beach, as you can see, to watch the beautiful sunset. I'm just relaxing on my porch. Things like that, moon gazing with the blue moon.
Yes.
So I really started to reflect on, I'm kind of taking it all in now of where I'm here permanently. It's kind of settling in now that it's not, I'm living like other people vacation, which is what was my goal. And every day. And it's been pretty hectic. So now I'm kind of, now I'm preparing to go back up to Wisconsin. So, which is kind of my cup of tea, my kids, my grandkids and everything. So I've been kind of contemplating on that and just kind of settling in, and the quote just kind of made me think to slow down a little bit, kind of start taking the what I have available to me, how blessed I am to be living in an area that's considered to be one of the top vacation places in the world, and I get to live here. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm just blessed. And how it all came together and everything was really kind of interesting. But really just that this group is great. The first couple of weeks, as you know, I'm very technology challenged.
You did great.
Still struggling with some of this, but I'll get through it. But everybody's been so cooperative here, and the group has just been very supportive, and I'm loving it. And I'm really grateful that I joined it. It's really been a big help to me, and just been a blessing in general, all the people, and just surrounding yourself with people that actually support you. And I think I even posted a meme about avoiding people that are toxic, that pull you down, and just be with the people that bring you up. And I'm loving it. And then I guess that's it for me.
Thank you so much, Joe. Let's just give you some little jazz hands because that was amazing. I love it. Love it, love it. And you've done such a beautiful job. Keep it up. And I have the beautiful Dana Taylor Bell. Miss Dana, my favorite quote of yours this week, or your favorite, was when you were spending time with your family and you had that beautiful picture of all of your kids, and then you posted that other one that said you all had the same smile.
Oh, yeah.
I love it, love it, love it. You did such a great job this week in the beginning of your classes, and you're just beautiful posts. What was your inspiration?
Well, my inspiration was being in your happy place.
Mm-hmm.
Where is your happy place? Where is your favorite place to be? Sometimes we lead hectic lives and we have issues that we have to resolve. And where can you go to be clear-headed? Where can you go that you can think? And in that same instance, where can you go to reflect? And for many, many times, it's in that same location with family, maybe in a peaceful setting, around flowers and plants, or listening to wind chimes. And so, what is your cup of tea for just taking a breath?
Mm-hmm.
Breathing in, breathing out. So for me, the happy place and my favorite place to be was my cup of tea. Back to you, Nicole.
Thank you so much, Dana. That was wonderful. And like I said, just totally inspired by you and your family and what you've posted this week. Beautiful locations and backgrounds and everything. Miss Betty, you are up, and certainly not the last. I absolutely loved your post this week because I can tell how much you love your farm and your animals, and this one horse of yours, the cream-colored horse, and how you just seem to just love on this animal so much. And you had so many beautiful things to say about all of those things. And you tell me what your inspiration was, but I absolutely love those. So thanks for sharing them.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm kind of proud of the fact that I have quit drinking coffee about 6 months ago. So tea is my thing, tea or water. So, but really what all this meant to me was, it was a chance to show kind of what I'm about and what is my cup of tea. So that's why, having the new baby calf and the mama that I raised, and then of course my 3 horses, and the one's just got such a personality that he's just fun to be around, and yeah, I mean, it was a great chance for me to go out and just do selfies and include them in it, or just do them alone. And
you just
weather for it after this weekend. So yeah.
But I loved seeing your happy face with all of those, and you can just see the joy. And I love that all of you have done that. Thank you so much, Betty, for sharing and for being on today and for being out of your comfort zone. For me, and I appreciate all of you just diving into this quote this week. For me, a cup of tea really does give me an opportunity to slow down. My husband and I live very, very busy lives, but at the evening, taking the time to actually put a kettle of water on, let that wait for the cue to come and pour that over your favorite tea with whatever you put in it. I put some essential oils and honey. I do the same for my husband, and to just see his countenance come down every day when we enjoy a cup of tea together is not only a way for me to serve him, but an opportunity to really just remember that there really isn't anything so grave or great that we can't relax enough to appreciate each other and all of our blessings. So all of you just really inspired me this week, as always. Let me just go ahead and close out with our quote one more time. There is no trouble so great or grave that cannot be much diminished by a nice cup of tea, by Bernard Paul Hero. That's it for tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for being on. Bye.